Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a review and a demo of the brand new Faced Just Peachy Mattes palette. When I saw this, I knew I had to have it. When they released their Sweet Peach palette, I was all about that, so I knew when I saw this one it was like done and done. Before I get into this, if you guys want to just see this eye look, I kind of try to do something a little bit different today. Just skip ahead to this, and if you want to stick around to hear what I have to say about it, let's do this. So I'm going to show you guys a picture side by side. I love the Sweet Peach palette. I know this is like hit or miss for some people. Some people thought, hey, there's not enough of the peachy shades. Well, if that was your concern, there's definitely more peachy shades in the Just Peachy, which is probably the whole Just Peachy because it's just the peachy shades. I need some coffee, or maybe I need less coffee. The Just Peachy Mattes is all matte, other than I would argue that Peach Sangria is definitely not. It doesn't pull too much of a sheen on the eye unless you put it all over the lid. Like you're just going to blend it in, it's going to be fine, but it does have a sheen to it. So I can't say that this is all matte. Whereas the Sweet Peach definitely has more of the sheens and more like the transition shades, the neutral shades, all that in here. Now also, what I do want to say right off the bat is I love the way this one smells. Love it, love it, love it. It is like a sweet peach, almost like candy, and I don't like the way that this one smells, and I might be the only one that has that. This one almost smells too real, but like it has some kind of after scent that I am not feeling. It's a rotten peach. It's not rotten, it really isn't, but I don't love the way it smells. Like when I open this one, I'm just like overjoyed by it, and I just don't get that feeling with this one. Let's talk about the difference in price. Now, the new one is going to run you $45. It only has 12 shades in here, and the total weight is 15 grams. It has a nice packaging. It's almost like that little bubbled effect at the top. Feels nice in your hands. This one is like the standard Too Faced packaging, and it has 17.1 grams. It's $49, and it has 18 shades. Let's go ahead and run through the swatches. I swatched these on my daughter with no primer. I just used my finger. I feel like it doesn't matter if it's a brush swatch or a finger swatch, it matters how it applies in the eyes, and I will get to that right after this. So let's get into this. For the first row, we have a peach meringue, peach tea, peach cobbler, and a peach tart. Second row, peach butter, just peachy, peach punch, just ripe. And then the very last row, we have peaches and cream, fresh picked, peach sangria, which is the one that I don't think is a matte shade at all, and then chocolate dipped. When I first look at this palette, I definitely think, oh, well, I have some of these shades already in my collection, but when you put them on the eyes, they definitely pull more peach than what the other tones in my collection are. And then I love this shade right here, Peach Punch. But let me tell you, that was the one shade that I had a little bit of issue with it being with it packing as much of a punch of color. Now, let's get into my thoughts about this. So, first time I used it, I was like, yes, love it, da 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 da. Second time I used it, I was like, okay. And then I came home that night and I was like, I'm gonna wear this to work tomorrow and I wanna see what kind of look I wanna do. And I wanted to put Peach Punch all over the lid and just have like this really pink, peachy eye. But I was having issues with it being like almost see-through and then losing some of the pigmentation. And what I find is, it's better when I'm going to have that color be a statement piece, or when I just want a little bit more punch of color from the palette. It is better to go in with your primer and not set the eye. I always use MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. I usually will use Blanc Type from MAC to set that, and you just can't do it if you really want that color to pop. I feel like it needs to grab a hold of your primer and be able to stay there. Otherwise, I feel like it can get kind of lost. Now, if I added it into this, it would be kind of diffused and it would work really well. But if I want it on the lid, don't set it. Today, I set my primer using this one right here, Peach Meringue. I don't think it was necessary to have both of these shades. I would have liked them to keep the mattes out of the name and just have one highlight shade in here, like for, you know, your brow arch or inner corner. But I can't be picky because I'll end up going through both of those because I always use a tone like that to set my eye. But I did use peach meringue today. So I have used every single shadow in here. I wanted to make sure I did before I gave you guys the review. And I have to say, other than the scent of the palette, I really enjoy this palette. I think it's worth your money. So let's go ahead and jump into this eye tutorial. Tom Ford number 13 and Peaches and Cream, and I'm going to use this as a transition shade. I have already set my eye using Peach Meringue over top of Soft Ochre Paint Pot by MAC. Make sure you get this color right in here between the nose and the eye, like this little socket, because we will be blending color up there later. Same color on a Nars contour, and I'm going to buff that underneath my lower lash line. Back in with that Tom Ford number 13, I'm taking Just Peachy. I'm going to start this on the outer corner here. I'm just going to start buffing this upward, but I'm not taking it fully into the crease. I'm also going to bring that color right up here. I'm playing with a different shape today, so something a little out of the usual. I'm just going to go back and forth between these two spots. MAC 221 and Peach Cobbler, and I'm going to, every time I go to this spot, I'm just going to make it smaller and smaller, so I'm not going to blend it up as high, but I'm still smoking it out. I just kind of want to create layers. And again, bringing that color here, but as I come up here, I'm going to start bringing the color a little lower and a little bit more precise. And I'll keep going back and forth to make sure everything's blended out. No additional product on that Tom Ford brush. I'm just going to go in and help diffuse it. And then go back in and add it in again, just so that we keep it, but I just don't want it to be harsh. Same color in my Nars contour, and I'm going to take this right underneath the outer, about 3/4. I'm not going to take it all the way in, but I'm going to go right out here. MAC 221 and Just Ripe. And again, I'm bringing this a little lower down. I'm going to carve out the crease just a little bit right here. And then with these darker shades, I'm not going to pick up any excess. I'm just going to go and bring what's left on the brush to this inner corner here. Nars contour and bringing it just on this outer corner here. Now I'm going to take Chocolate Dipped on the MAC 221 and I'm going to place this on the very outer corner here. And I'm not bringing this upwards. It's going to stay tucked down right here. So place the brush and just kind of like wiggle it. Don't go in big circles. And the excess right up here. Do a very light hand. And of course you can go back with that Tom Ford brush and blend it out. Same color on the Nars contour, and I'm just going on this very outer corner again just to meet up with the darkness on this edge. Artiste Linear 1, and I'm going to use that to push that same color into my lash line, and then I'm going to put on mascara and be done. Alright you guys, that is it. All I did was add on my mascara. I thought about wearing some lashes today, but I was like, you know what? I can't be bothered. But let me know if you guys got your hands on this palette, what you think about it. If you recreate my eye look, please tag me. I like to see them. I really, really do. I just think it's the coolest thing in the world. But if you're not subscribed, please do so. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!